Hello, beautiful people. Elena here. It's my birthday. It's very exciting. Um, I'm on a pilgrimage in southern France, in the Pyrenees. In this moment, we are in Quillon, you and I, doing this yoga together. And I promised myself I would shoot a video every week that I'm doing this. So this is the first one. Welcome. As always, I invite you to set an intention for yoga practice. I'm going to set one as well. And I'm going to walk over here and let you and I both do that, and we'll get started. All right, come to the top of your mat. Stand in tree pose, Tadasana, and close your eyes for a moment. And imagine your intention, whatever it is, and begin to breathe your intention in from the air, from the prana, just bringing it in to your body. Letting your intention come in to the body and begin to fill your body, fill the cells of your body. Beginning also to feel your feet pressing down on the ground and bring the energy of your intention up from the ground, from the earth, from Gaia. Let her share your intention, the energy of your intention with you by bringing it up into your feet, into your body. And so you've got it coming in through your breath, coming up from your feet, and let it mingle in your heart. So inviting those two directions to come in and mingle, mix, mesh, collide in your heart from those two different sources. And as you're bringing in and allowing in and really letting it fill your heart and your body, beginning to let it also radiate out. First into your body and really filling all the cells, all the interstices, your fingers, your toes, the tips of your hair, your ears, everything. Good. And we'll just let that continue to happen through class as we do this short practice today. And so let's bring our attention into our feet as we're standing here in Tadasana, in mountain pose. And begin to notice the four corners of your feet. Imagine that there's a rectangle underneath each foot. And where the four corners of that rectangle are, feel them and begin to notice how your weight is pressing down. And are you leaning more forward than back? Or is your weight balanced? And just play with that. How are you right to left? And if you can start to balance it out, what does that feel like? And just play with that a bit. You can bend your knees. You can gently pull up. And so let's start that process. Take your inner arches and softly lift your inner arches, bringing a line on the insides of your legs, up your legs. Just a gentle pull of the muscles. This will slightly lift your kneecaps as your inner legs lift. Your quads will activate a bit. Let that come up into the pelvis, in the back of the pelvis. Comes kind of near your anus. Goes up into the pelvis. It follows the line of the psoas, comes up inside the back of the pelvis. It goes up to the spine, comes up the front of the spine. And notice how, as you lift up from the arches and you come all the way up into the pelvis, it's actually easier now to be balanced front to back. So if you're like me and you tend to lean forward on your feet, this engagement of the feet, the legs, the pelvis, and the low back helps me automatically, without doing anything, without consciously wanting to lean back. Like if I let go, I'm forward. As I start to engage that, my body naturally, automatically leans back. Right? And so now my weight is more balanced front to back. Just that. And so take that lift. This is a soft, like 20%. You're not gripping. You're just gently lifting. Take that lift and continue up the front of the spine, leaving the natural curves in the back, lifting up all the way up. Come up to the shoulders, shoulder height. We're still going up the front of the spine. Let the shoulders drop down while the spine softly lifts. Come all the way up the neck, the front of the vertebrae and the neck. Ah, so nice, this alignment. It's like my body just goes, oh, thank you. I don't have to grip and hold on because we're leaning too far forward or whatever other crazy things I do. Very nice, this. It's like the muscles that are being overused and underused can all relax. The overused ones because they were having to grip, and the underused ones were like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm supposed to be active. Right. So let all that go for a second and become limp and noodly. Yeah. And then softly, starting with your feet, everything's soft. Begin again to feel the four corners. Where's your weight? Gently lifting up the arches, the insides of the ankles, the insides of the legs. Soft, yeah, this is 20%. Coming all the way up into the pelvis. Again, it's more in the back, like the back of the perineum, the anus that comes up. This gentle lifting, yeah, you're gently lifting. I should be doing this on my butt. Gently lifting in the back, right? Inside the pelvis. Come up the back of the pelvis on the inside, all the way up. This line attaches to, we're following a fascial train. Yeah, this is a bunch of fascia that comes up. Excuse me, so it attaches to a bunch of muscles as well. So you can just softly contract the muscles that come up. Okay, so we're at the back of the pelvis, the front, inside the pelvis, in the back. Then we attach to the spine and come up the front of the spine. All the way up, soft, 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 soft. This is very gentle. So by coming up the front of the spine instead of the back of the spine, if we do the back of the spine, that tends to knock us forward, but front of the spine, that leaves the natural curves in the back. Very good. Letting the shoulders relax as you move this gentle lift all the way up the front of the spine, all the way up the neck. Your head can soften all those poor neck muscles, which are desperately working to hold your head up. Most of us are too far forward. And all those shoulder muscles that are also trying to keep your head from falling forward and your whole body going forward. And my scalp relaxes when I do this. It's great. Soften your tongue. And then begin to notice also as you lift up how your tongue can engage a bit as well. Softly, right? Soften your mouth around your tongue and let your tongue be engaged. And let it come all the way up to your crown, the crown chakra right here, which is, funnily enough, I just noticed, right in the front of your spine. The same thing. Okay. So let that go again. Get all noodly. And do it again on your own. And let's do it faster this time. Just lifting. Arches. All the way up. Good. Good. So come back into your intention. Letting that come in, body, above and below. Let it swirl around, especially in the heart. Let it gather there. Move around. Radiate out into the body. Good. Take another breath here. And then breathe the arms, the hands all the way up. Reach for the sky. This is not a back bend. We're stretching straight up. Taking the four corners, planting them down. Taking the arms, the hands, lifting up. So you're stretching in both directions. Good. Breathe. Put the hands together. Bring them down in front of the heart. Thank yourself for being here. Giving yourself this time and this space. Good. And then breathe, your arms and your hands down, back down. And then all the way up again. And then dive forward, forward fold. Knees bent. Still lifting all the way up. And letting the back soften and the knees really bend. Good. Breathing up, flat back. Breathing down, forward fold. We'll do that one more time. You can push one hip back and then the other. Whatever feels good right now. Feel into the juiciness. What do you want to do? Maybe you want to push both hips back. Maybe only one at a time. Maybe you want to be still. What feels good? Good. Breathe up to flat back. Really feeling again this line all the way up the body. And breathe down to forward fold. Hands, temples, tenting, or maybe templing. Fingertips down, tense, maybe I should say templing on the ground. You're putting your fingertips down, yeah, so that you're balanced. You're not holding yourself there. Good. Breathing and stepping your right foot all the way back. Oh, that feels good. Knee down. Do whatever you like with your back foot and your front knee. Find some juicy spots here. You can flatten your hands if you want, but the point here is to play with your legs, your hips, and find some spots that just feel good to be stretched. Take another breath here. Good. And then curl your back toe under if it's not already. Breathe and ground into your feet and your fingertips, and then put your hands flat on the ground. Lift your hips up. Take your foot back. Downward dog. Really, excuse me, pressing into your fingers. Putting a lot of weight, or at least a lot of pressure in your fingers. Your hands are taking a fair amount of weight here, so use them. Protect your wrists. Strengthen your hands by using your fingers. Good. Knees are bent here. Bend your elbows a bit. Slide your shoulder blades away from your ears. With your knees bent, push your hips backward, straightening the arms, pushing the hips back into the wall, letting the back be as straight as it wants to be right now. That might not be very straight, that's fine. Breathing the legs straight now, as straight as they want to be. Maybe that's really bent for you, keeping pressure in the fingers. Take a moment here to do something juicy. You might walk your dog. You might shift from one foot to the other. You might bend one knee and push the other hip back. Whatever feels good. All right. Breathe here. Come back to neutral. Pressing down into your fingers and your feet. We're going to breathe forward to plank. Good. Driving back through the heels here, engaging your calves and your quads to keep your core strong and supported. Good. Breathing slowly down, letting your knees come down when you want them to, when you need support. Good. Breathing up to baby cobra. Again, this is the back, not the hands. If you want to tent your fingers again, you can. And this should feel soft. We're not yanking ourselves up into a big cobra. We're just waking up. Good, flatten the hands. If they're tented, nice, solid breath. Here, curling the toes under in the back. Pressing up through plank. Back into downward dog. Good. Breathing the right foot up into the sky. Keeping the hips in neutral so we're not popping one hip up. We've got the right hip down, even with the left hip. We're going to bring knee to chest, so breathe the knee forward to the chest. Good, and then foot high again. We're going to do that one more time. Breathing knee to chest. Good, foot high again. Good, and this time breathe and bring your foot between your hands. Nice. Drop your knee down to the ground. And again, find the juicy bits here. You can do whatever you want with your back foot and your front knee. You might want to drop your knee out to the side. You might want to put the top of your foot down. You might want to bend your body right to left. I don't know. What does your body want? Right. So curling your back toes under if they aren't already, pressing down into both feet and your hands this time. Taking a breath and beginning to slowly straighten the front leg. We're going to bring the back foot and step it forward to the front. Good. And we find ourselves again in forward fold. Take a moment here and notice how this feels now. Breathing up to flat back. Breathing back down, the forward fold. We'll do that one more time. Breathing up to flat back. And back down, the forward fold. Good. Breathe all the way up to standing. Arms all the way up. If you want to do a little back bend here, go for it. And then hands down in front of your heart. Perfect. Checking in with your intention. Again, breathing it in with the breath. You can even pull it down through your crown, inviting it in from the stars, the heavens. Pulling it up, inviting it in from the feet and the ground. Remembering that line, gently lifting up, arches, inner legs, following your psoas, that muscle that goes from the inner thighs up to the front of the back of the pelvis to the spine, right? Following that line inside the pelvis, all the way up to the spine and up the spine, all the way up to the head. Letting your head just float here and your shoulders relax. Good. Breathing, letting the hands drop to the sides and then breathe them all the way up, stretching up. Nice time to do a little back bend if you want. And then breathing, forward fold. All the way down. Knees bent if you want. And breathing up. Flat back. Breathing down, forward fold. Breathing up to flat back. Breathing down, forward fold. Tenting or templing your fingertips on the ground. Really pressing into both feet. Breathing and stepping your left foot all the way back. Keeping your knee high this time. Really stabilizing yourself with your feet. Lifting that line all the way up. Arches to crown. Good. Taking your right hand and making that same tent above your knee on your thigh. We're going to twist to the right, but we're not using our hands to do that. We're going to twist from the waist, the low, and then the middle back. So begin to twist to the right, not using your right hand. Good. If you want, you can take your right hand up to the sky. If that feels good. You could also drop your hand behind your back. Whatever feels good for you. Breathing your spine nice and long. Letting your gaze be wherever it feels good for your neck. Which means you could gaze down, gaze to the side, gaze up, anywhere in between. Good. Bringing your arm back down to the ground, planting your hands nice and flat, and breathing your right foot all the way back. Downward dog, pressing down into those fingers. Bending your knees, pressing your hips back to the wall behind you, and then slowly straightening your knees. Again, finding that line, arch, the crown, lifting. Good. We're going to breathe here, forward to plank. Driving your heels back. Engaging your calves, your quads. Lifting your kneecaps. Supporting your core. And then breathing down. Coming all the way down. Letting your knees drop when you need to. Breathing up. The baby cobra. Maybe adolescent cobra. Taking a moment here. The back engaged. Again, we're not pressing with the hands. Breathing back down, and then breathing back up into plank. Engaging the core, driving back through the heels, lifting the kneecaps to support the core. Good. Breathing, hips back, downward dog. Excellent. Take a moment here. Is there anything your body wants from this pose? Anything you want to stretch or move? Find that line from ankle to crown. Take another breath here. Then lift your left heel all the way up to the sky. Again, keeping your hips in neutral. So making your left hip the same height as your right, facing the ground. And we're going to go knee to chest. So breathing knee to chest, really pressing into your fingers. And foot high again. We're going to do that one more time. Breathing knee to chest, pressing into your fingers. Good. Foot high again. And then breathing your foot in between your hands. Good. Knee high. Stay here. Good. Finding that line, ankle to crown. Make sure breathing your back nice and long. Again, we're going to twist. This time we're twisting to the left. So take your left hand, put your fingertips like a tent over your left knee. And using your back, not your hands, begin to twist. So waist and low back, middle back, upper back. Letting your head and neck follow softly. And again, doing what you want to do with your arm. Maybe leaving it there, maybe having it up, maybe dropping it behind your back. Good. Keeping this line nice and strong. Breathing your hand back down next to your foot. Taking a nice solid breath here, really pressing into this front foot. Taking a breath and slowly straightening your left leg and stepping forward with your right foot. Good. Here we are in forward fold. Checking in. How do you feel now? Great. So breathing up the flat back. And breathing down to forward fold. Any expression forward fold you want. You can still have your knees bent if you want. Breathing up to flat back. Last time down to forward fold. And then breathing all the way up. Hands overhead. Back bend if you want. Hands together, coming down from the heart. Check in with your intention. Inviting it in, swirling around the heart and radiating out all through the body, filling you. So much that you're overflowing and radiating your intention out. into the universe. Feeling that line from arch to crown. Taking a moment here to end our practice with gratitude for the self. Thank yourself for being here. Thank your community, yourself as a teacher, and all of your students. Yourself as a student and all of your teachers. And thank your highest, deepest, most intimate, most sacred self. And take a moment to share all of that beauty with everyone and everything, manifested and unmanifested. Just sharing all the benefits of this practice. Radiate out along with your intention. Wonderful. Letting your hands drop down to your sides. All right. Thank you. And have a beautiful rest of my birthday or whatever day or night it is for you.